it's Barry.
And Dave.
And Jerry.
And Dan.
Here with another episode of Hooked on Headwaters. Today we are in blustery conditions from this tropical depression that's run across here.
Yeah.
So, those folks that are not familiar with Florida, this happens about this time of year. We get these little tropical storms come through here. It gets windy and things get shaken up a bit. Although we can really use the rain right now because the water conditions on the lakes have been.
If you listen to the news, it's like the hurricane's coming, batting down. It's not all that bad. There is a lot of rain coming, but it's well needed. We really need. It hasn't rained here for quite some time. Substantial rain. Yeah. So that's one of the reasons that lake is so down.
Dangerously low.
Yeah, dangerously low.
All the lakes, not just Headwaters.
So what are we going to cover today?
A little of this and a little of that.
Everything.
We got our fishing reports. We got our updates here from the captains. Going to give us an update there. We got to talk a little bit about our July 2nd fishing get together. We're going to be at the Flag. We got a little tournament going on. We've got a special announcement of a new channel that we're launching out now, so you want to stay tuned for that. Weather update, give you a little bit of overview of what's going on for the week as far as the wind, what the conditions are going to be like. So that's a general overview of what we're going to be, and then whatever else we happen to throw in there. Dan usually just goes off in some rabbit trail on something, and then Jerry has to reel them in, and
then somebody has to.
Oh, is it the opposite way?
And then somebody has to reel me in because here I go.
So let's start out by talking about the meetup.
All right.
So the meetup is Saturday, July 2nd, July 4th weekend. We invite everyone to come on down and meet us at the flagpole. There's a flagpole at Headwaters Lake at the intersection of the East-West Canal and the 45. We're going to have a little July 4th ceremony, and then immediately following that, the tournament. There's a one fish tournament. It's by length now, so it's all meant to be fun. Have a good time.
By length, is that politically correct to say? By length?
You need a measuring board. Oh, that's not good. You can't say that.
You can't say it either. Okay.
And there'll be a couple of prizes, first, second, third prizes, some junkfish, the Dink, the Dink Award, all fun. Hot dogs back at the boat ramp, raffle, and it's all free. It will not cost you 1 penny. So come on out and join us. It's over at 1 o'clock, so you can go ahead back to your family, start your July 4th celebrations. So we won't take up too much of your holiday weekend.
That's right, but it'll be a lot of fun for sure.
A good get together. Again, meet up with all our subscribers, our family and friends.
Well, we cover the weather this week. This is what we're coming into for this coming week. It's going to be a little bit wet, rainy. So what are we looking at?
Well, we're looking at some pretty nice weather once this thing blows through, which this thing will be through here in the next hour or so. But next week, the winds will be no higher than 10 miles an hour, which is super.
Yes.
That is great, because it's been blowing, as you know, it's been blowing.
As long as it stays 8 to 10, if it stops
blowing like bad, but we don't want it dead.
Right. It's about 10 miles an hour, 11 miles an hour, which is nice. More from the east, southeast. It's hot. It's gonna be hot. We're in that weather. 88 degrees, 90 degrees, 92. So it's warm. Get out early. Book these guys nice early trip as the sun comes up, and get her done.
That's it.
Yes.
So decent weather. We still have those afternoon thunderstorms and things like that.
The typical Florida.
So you want to get in early, get out early, enjoy the rest of your day. Hang out. Good times coming.
Well, all right. Let's thank Blue Cypress Lakeside Cabins for being a sponsor. We appreciate them supporting us. Great place to stay right along on the shoreline of Blue Cypress Lake. And check them out. Jim and Tammy will take care of you there. They're a great host.
Absolutely. Great place to stay. And as I always say, you want to go back in time, go to Blue Cypress.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And by the way, we're coming to you from Davis House Inn, which
overlooks the wild weathered rough
Indian River Lagoon.
Indian River right now, but it is a great place to stay. And we're going to be featuring, doing a little spotlight on the Davis House and giving you guys a real good insight as far as the rooms and all the little tour around here coming up.
Beautiful accommodations. We're on their second story porch here. The rooms are that way, 3 stories. It's just a wonderful place to stay. Restaurants just down the road.
The whole area is beautiful right here.
The whole area.
Yeah.
In Sebastian, Florida.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to
The camera.
the camera. See ya.
All right. Let's go ahead and what do you want to do? You want to jump? Let's just jump right into the reports.
Yes.
Let's get to it. So, Dan, what you got this week?
Well,
What do you want to talk about?
I got to make sure I don't get off on any rabbit trails.
No.
But if I do go on a rabbit trail, I hope it'll be a good hunt.
I'm gonna reel you in.
I'll get you back up where you need to be, buddy.
All right, we're gonna go to Dan for this week's report on the lakes. What's the conditions like? How's the fishing been? What's been working? Because we're going to bring you what's working this week on the lakes, where to get them, and what to get them with. And I know that's what y'all really want to know. So let's feed the people.
That's right.
Okay, so yesterday, I was out yesterday as a matter of fact, and surprisingly enough, the water's still low. Maybe tomorrow, if
It might be better
it'll
tomorrow.
be up a little better. So yesterday I had Paul from Ohio. We had a great day, though we were in the beginning stages of this little tropical depression, which basically just means overcast skies, a little bit of rain later before we left. A little bit breezy.
Yep.
It was a combo trip where we used artificial and shiners. Really, I started off with more focus on shiners and fishing in the near deep water areas. And Paul says, you know, the spinners work pretty good. I'm talking about spinnerbait. I say, you know what? Yeah, let's put one of those on, because I had them on top water. He had some blow up on top water first thing in the morning, and where it was, the old square bill I always talk about was just too much grass.
Okay.
So
Yeah, right now probably, huh?
yeah, there's this. The water's low, the grass is tall, so not much room in between it.
Yeah.
So tied on a spinnerbait, and it was a color I wouldn't normally fish. It would just, you know how you pick something out of the box, you pick them through, and it's like, man, that I feel like that's the deal. So I tied that on. It was a spinnerbait similar to this, all silver blades, and silver head and silver skirt, which is normally something I wouldn't throw, especially in a dingier water like where I was fishing. I'm sure we're at the same fishing area, similar. I'd normally fish a chartreuse, but yesterday I said, man, I don't know, that's for whatever reason.
Yep.
Well, he caught a 7.6 on a spinnerbait, right in the same areas we're trolling shiners around fish. He caught a 7.6 on a spinnerbait. The only fish we did catch on the spinnerbait though, but we caught several. I think he caught over 20 fish, several 3 to 4 pound range. It was pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good. So spinnerbaits, I know Barry, you're going to talk about them too. I kind of feel like, and I could be wrong, but I feel like that the spinnerbait is kind of like one of the forgotten baits.
It is, but it at one time was the bait.
It's the bait. Conditions like you see behind us, guys. Wind, cloudy, rainy. I've had some fantastic days on spinnerbait. And the reason I think the spinnerbait has kind of been forgotten is the chatterbait, or a bladed jig. It's taken the place of a spinnerbait. So sometimes when I feel like, and I hear everybody's throwing a chatterbait, and I just don't feel like I'm catching them good, I switch up to spinnerbait. I've definitely caught more fish on a spinnerbait than a chatterbait, just because they've been out longer.
I have too, to be honest with you.
One of the biggest fish that's been in my boat on Headwaters was on a chatterbait.
You know, I never even fished chatterbaits, to be honest with you, until we started fishing Headwaters. I always fish spinnerbaits, but they're a big deal out there for sure. But that spinnerbait will get it done as well.
Right. So a couple other little things. Hopefully I won't get too deep into the weeds with this, but the weeds, not the grass start. Okay, so difference is a bigger blade puts off more vibration on a spinnerbait. Just the same, you got a big, really huge blade there.
Right here.
Barry's going to talk about these in a minute. Look at the size of those blades.
Those are hefty baits.
So the spinnerbait, with the size of the blades, make a difference about how much vibration. Typically, the dirtier the water, the more vibration I want. So it's the same way with a chatterbait. If you'll look at these two different blades, this is the big blade. If you'll notice the difference in size, I mean, they're huge. That's huge.
That's a weight. Yeah.
And this thing really will shake your rod tip. So differences. That's kind of the two things I look for. Color, cleaner the water. Typically, don't hold me to it, but the clearer the water, I like a more natural skirt and body color. The dirtier the water gets, I really like white and chartreuse, and then combos of colors, the chartreuse with a little black. They got some pretty skirts now, and then natural colors and clean clear water. So spinnerbaits, chatterbaits been producing good. Just because it's hot here, guys, and I know a lot of you northern guys, you got great places to fish. We still catch them in the summer and catch them really good.
Now let's talk real quick though of what general area are we talking about now, because of the lake being low. Where are you able to target? There, you want to?
I'm gonna be honest. Every bit of my fishing that I have done probably in the last 3 to 4 weeks, except so I still do have a place out, maybe Center Lake, middle. I'll just say the middle of the lake area that's got a ledge on it that I've been fishing still. But for the most part, I leave the boat ramp and I go right to the south pit. Okay. And all of my fish are being caught out of the south pit, whether it be on artificial or whether it be on shiners. I mean, just right now, that deep water adjacent to that hydrilla and that shallow water, plus you've got the water so low in there right now, with it's summertime, is you can actually see where the old farm beds would run north and south and the ditches run east and west. So, you've got ditches all through there, and every one of them ditches, man, I mean, it's just them fish are in there right now.
Yeah, but you got to be careful running in there. There's a place where I've got GPS track lines where I've run before. For yesterday, while idling, I got hung up and had to get on the trolling motor. So watch your grass closely. The visible grass. The hydrilla, when it tops out, it's super shallow there.
The only way that you can even get into pits right now, but you can still get in there, is as you're coming down the S Canal heading south, right after you pass the entryway to the North Reservoir. You can get in right there still, and you can even come out of the south ditch if nobody's there, and you can kind of go in there on a halfway plane, so you don't have and then you can get in all the way down at the very end of the east-west canal. You can go in right, or I'm sorry, at the south canal, to the end of it where the east-west is, and you can go in right there still.
Just be careful.
Be careful.
Again, I go back to
this will help, but
it'll
still
help.
Be careful.
Now, yesterday, what I was just saying about the grass, you can kind of visually see where the deeper water is. However, where I got hung up, the hydrilla wasn't on top, so there's a difference in bottoming.
You thought it was deep there, didn't you?
Right, but that's why I idled. So if you're not sure, guys, idle. You don't want to tear up your equipment; it'll ruin your day. Trust me, I know. I've been there. But I've been fishing similar areas. Matter of fact, that's where I fished yesterday. Yes, in the south pit. Now there are other boats there. There was like 4 other boats in there besides me yesterday, and it was a kind of snotty weather. But there are a lot.
I figured they would have been on fire yesterday.
I did
this
too,
storm coming, I figured they would have been on fire.
It wasn't as good as I thought.
I checked the page and I saw a few decent fish, but not like I would have thought.
Right. So you know what? I moved around in there quite a lot, and what happened is I found there was a concentration of fish in a certain area, so I went back. So keep that in mind, guys. If you go through an area, you fish through, and you bang 3 or 4 fish, and you go a couple hundred yards with nothing, go back, because that's what we did yesterday. Went back in the afternoon right before he came in and started catching them again in exactly the same place. So they were just a big knot of fish there.
And if the pits get too bogged down, I mean, you get a lot of boats in there. There is other areas that you can get to that are. So the key is deep water.
Yes.
And there is deep water in other areas besides the pits that you can go to. So check your maps. They are down south. Couple areas.
So like Dan was saying, if you're going to be in the south part of the lake and you've got to travel some distance, try if you can, the best that you can, to stay in the S Canal, stay in the East-West Canal, stay in the 45 Canal. Don't be just veering off across the flats, because right now, man, I mean, there are places that looks like it's 10 foot deep, and as you get up on it, I mean, it's literally inches. It's inches. So you just need to be careful, but they are still hitting down there on the south end of the lake as well.
So you all right, so you've been banging on the spinner baits, the chatter baits, you've been liking that. Of course, the live bait's working well.
So everybody knows me. Everybody knows me as Shiner Jerry, right? And I do enjoy fishing shiners. Don't get me wrong. But I said during the summer I was going to go to artificial. Now the biggest one I've caught so far in the last month or so has been an 8.4, and I caught it on this bait right here, which is called the Big Easy. There is an Easy Swimmer, which is the same exact bait, but it's about 1.5 inches. It's just a smaller profile bait. So this bait right here, I've been using all of my everything that I've been catching on soft baits, other than shiner fishing, have come out of the south pit. I'm down there on the south end of it, around the east-west canal, and I'm fishing these hydrilla ledges in the ditches. But this, I've been using this bait right here, and you can rig it. You can take it, they're both 5/0 hooks, but you can take this extra wide gap 5/0 hook, and you can rig it with that hook, or you can rig it with a regular standard true turn 5/0 worm hook. No weight. Now you can use it with weight, but I've been using it weightless. 40-pound Power Pro braid, 7.5 foot rod bait caster, and I've just kind of been bumping it along. And I mean, the bigger fish seem to really like this bait.
All right, so what's your boat setup? Okay, you're in the pit, or you're in a deeper water section. You've got hydrilla, okay? Now, are you running parallel with that hydrilla and getting your line down and just running it back this way, or are you just working your way down?
So where I'm fishing, I'm actually fishing from the south, or I'm sorry, I'm fishing from the east back to the west. Okay. I'm starting on the east end, putting my trolling motor on low, and I'm headed back towards the S Canal, heading east. What I'm doing is lining up parallel with the drop off, but I mean, I actually kind of have my boat about 30 feet off of it, and then throwing. So if I'm sitting here like this in the boat, I'm actually throwing over to that and bringing it back this way. But I'm not actually on the ledge. I mean, where you would really see the ledge. I come about 15 feet, 20 feet off of that hydrilla ledge, right where the deeper water starts. And there's still hydrilla on the bottom there too. You know, it's coming up 1.5 foot, 2 foot, and them fish are prowling in and out of there. With Dan, like Dan said, with that 7 or 8 pound fish they caught on that spinnerbait, that tells, and they only caught that one, and they hadn't caught it before, that tells me that there are different fish prowling in and out of these areas all the time. So like I said, this bait here works really well, no weight, and then I've been catching a lot of fish, up to about 4 pounds, but a lot of fish on this worm right here, which is also made by Gambler. This is made by Gambler, and this worm right here is also made by Gambler. It's a 7-inch burner worm in June bug color, and what I'm doing with it, fishing at the same places, the same way, and I'm actually rigging it with a regular worm hook with a 3/16 ounce black standard bullet weight. Not no kind of fancy high dollar bullet weight, just a regular black 3/16 or a 1/4 ounce. And that's how I'm fishing that worm there. And then kind of over towards the cypress maze, same thing here, no weight, 40-pound braid, extra wide gap hook, and this is a bluegill colored fluke. And same thing with these. I mean, these fish are just in and out of this hydrilla right now, and they're active. And other than just fishing down there on the south end or the north end of the pit with shiners, I mean, everything I've been catching has been coming off of these 3 baits right here.
Very good. All right, folks, so that ought to give you an absolutely good idea of what to use, where to go, and the biggest thing that we need to take away from this is be careful when you run across those lakes so you don't run up in the shallows. And you drop a lower unit out there, it's gonna make a bad day.
And you know, there's enough fish. There's enough fish right now in the first quarter part of the lake that you don't have to run all the way back to that south end right now. I mean, if you want a shiner fish back there on the other side of Square Pond or something, I mean, that's good. But for you just throwing flukes, and I mean, even the poppin' shad, the Z-Man. I mean, I was catching them that in bone color on top. Same thing, worm hook, no weight, just popping it across the top. But you just don't need to run halfway across the lake, you know, and worry about getting in trouble out here in that shallow water. There's plenty of fish just all around that whole front quarter part of the lake right now to catch.
And you know, just on a side note, the baits that Jerry's showing you, the baits I'm showing you, they're great search baits. Because if the fish are there, you'll usually get bit. Usually, you know, with some combination of that, it's a faster moving bait. You can cover water. So if you're not getting bit, like Jerry says, you don't have to run about the lake, but put your trolling motor down and fish until you start getting bit. You know, fish those pits we're talking about. The cypress maze, I've been catching them good in there too. Just work your way through until you start hitting fish. Then if you get out of the fish, go back.
I had a customer just the other day that was catching the mess out of on these, and I actually let the boat just kind of roll up in some hydrilla and sat there, and he sat there and caught 8 or 10 bass, and we never even moved. I mean, the boat was just sitting still. So I mean, those fish are in there, and any of these baits like this they see, man, they're going to grab it.
All right, folks, there you go on that report. Dave, what do you think? Should we do a little spotlight on?
Come on, buddy.
Okay.
All right, Dave's going to go ahead and spotlight some spinnerbaits here. We ran into a really nice couple down there, so Dave's going to talk about the couple. We'll talk about what they do and their particular, very cool way that they've twisted up the spinnerbaits into something very unique and just deadly on the water.
Yeah, so this company is owned by husband and wife, Jason and his wife, and this is a unique setup. So this is the company is J3, and they sell modular types of spinnerbaits. So you will order the wire piece, you will order the blade. So this would be Colorado blade or willow braid.
That's a willow leaf, yeah.
A couple other blades, and then the head on the fishing head there, as you'll notice, swivels, and it's interchangeable. So you can put a lighter head, a smaller head. The eyes are screws, so you just unscrew those. You unscrew those, can you unscrew those? And exchange that head. Very unique concept. We have not fished with these just yet. We're going to put them to the test, but there you go. Go check them out. J3 Modular Baits, awesome company. I'll put the information down below. There is a discount. You put Hooked on Headwaters, they will give you a 10% discount on your entire order. So pretty cool. Check them out. Really, really good guys. Jason, thank you for your service. You served in our military. Thank you, brother.
Yep, and they donate 30% of their profits to charity
and different missions trips.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, well, thank you, man.
Very, very cool setup. Yeah, weather has kind of been crazy, so we haven't been able to get out here. But these will be out there on the water. Check out their website. Got some video going on over there as well. Yeah. And you'll see that these things are going to make a huge difference when it comes to spinnerbait fishing. I'm telling you, they have definitely stepped things up, because spinnerbaits, the same basic design, has been around forever.
Yeah, this head doesn't move. It's fixed.
They managed to come up with a very unique and effective method of giving more action to the bodies of those things, and the fact that they're interchangeable, so you can mix and match throughout the day.
Yeah, and this is really hefty hardware here.
Yeah, they're durable. I mean,
and you can.
That's a bait.
He mentioned the type of steel or metal they use, high grade, a little thicker than what you normally see. So check them out.
Yep, for sure.
So we also want to announce our shirt sale. So we are putting all our shirts on sale. It's Father's Day.
Hey,
for you ladies listening, order you some shirts for your man.
You can buy mine, or you can buy Dan's, or you can buy. Oh wait, we still have. We have new ones.
I'm hoping
we have these. We have the solid blue, the solid white, some limited colors, and limited sizes in those. But send me. Go to our website. Our information will be here below. I'll put up the sale prices, and send me a quick note, and we'll get your order on the way.
Right to you. All right, and the next announcement we want to make, should we tell them now?
Tell them now.
Tell them.
2022 at the beginning, we said new faces, new places, and we are holding to that, and we are going, well, we're already now, we are adding in Hooked on Saltwater. So we're going to be adding into the headwater side, the freshwater, we're going to be adding saltwater as well, because there is so many places and species of fish around this area, that you can capitalize on. So we want to go ahead and bring that into the summer here, and we have a new location we're going to be filming out of. We're going to have the saltwater side guys giving some reports, and it should be a good time for all when it comes to fishing. It doesn't matter if you're into surf fishing, if you like fishing Sebastian Inlet, if you like fishing the Indian River, offshore, it doesn't matter.
Boat fishing, kayak fishing, we're going to cover it all.
You want to catch shark, snook, redfish, tarpon, flounder, mangrove snapper.
It's going to be exciting.
You name it. Mahi, whatever. I mean, bonita, it don't matter. We're going to cover it all.
Yeah. And lastly, I've got a kayak fishing report from Headwaters. My buddy Dave from Yakin and Bassin. Check out his channel.
Yeah, Dave.
He tells me he was out this week. Low water conditions, which means if you go to the Headwaters kayak launch, which is by the Stick Marsh parking lot, you'll need to walk down the bank a little further. So talking 50, 70 yards, maybe a little more, to find a spot to launch. It is there. It's still pretty good fishing. whether you fish that West Canal or the north side, get out there. He also fished Stick Marsh, the north side, and man, he's getting them.
Is he the guy in the red kayak, the big fella?
No.
Okay, I saw him on a trip the other day. I saw him way out there by himself.
He gets out there.
Yeah, I've seen him on Facebook. That guy catches some
some
big fish.
He was
for us normal. We don't. We only have pedal kayaks. That's.
He's got a motor on his, I believe.
9 miles. Yeah. More or less. So.
Yeah, I've seen that guy out there a lot. He catches some big fish.
Yeah, man.
He was back past the wall.
Yeah, I've seen him way down there.
Too. Always.
Yeah, super nice.
Yeah.
Good guy.
If you're listening, give us a shout, man. We'd love to talk to you. Anyway, my buddy Dave, he likes this Berkley Highjacker. We mentioned that a few weeks ago. They're top water bait, kind of unique. He's slamming them. He got them on rattle traps, the chrome and the black color, and chatterbait. So that's the fishing report. I'll have some pics here below. So that's the kayak fishing report.
Right on.
That's it.
Yeah. Outside of, again, we're here at Davis House Inn, so if you are looking for a place to stay, we have the Blue Cypress Lakeside Cabin option if you want to do a little bit more of the nature way and go back in time, or stay here at Davis House Inn. As you can see, it's settling down a little bit now, so you can see a little easier, but we got the Intercoastal right here. Right down the street to the south or to the right there is just a bunch of restaurants. A lot of them have music going on in the evenings. They all got, bars.
You got Captain Hiram's. They have live band every weekend. Food, great food right there on the.
Your choice.
They have beach sand all right there. I mean, it's just
great place for family to hang out, listen to music, have some fun. So definitely give Kyle a call and get locked in for a reservation here at the Davis House Inn. Mention Hooked on Headwaters and you will
discount.
That discount.
And lastly, we want to thank American Baitworks. They provide a lot of the stuff that we use. Check them out. Halo rods from Halo Rod, Scumfrog, Snag Proof.
And make sure you're picking up the Baitfuel. I got another report on that.
Baitfuel.
My brother-in-law was out with his. He is absolutely.
And now a lot of the pros are using it. You see more and more reports. So pick up your bottle of Baitfuel, and if you use Headwaters 15 coupon code, 15% off your order.
Yeah, I'm looking at Halo. I'm looking at Halo rods right now.
They're great.
Right now.
I use them in saltwater and in freshwater. Barry used them.
We put that Halo through the test.
Yesterday, or Wednesday.
Halo rods, stainless steel, but again, built for saltwater and freshwater. Check them out. 15% discount and free shipping. Free shipping on most of the majority of their rods. I believe you get free shipping and over $75 or $100.
Make great shark.
Good deal.
Dan and I
good deal. Don't miss out.
No, Dan and I were offshore. We went out the inlet, popped out, run the coast, and all out shark. Man, that Halo I worked that rod, and it held up for sure. Matter of fact, I had it paired up with that Cast King that we did the review on, that Cast King Mega Jaws Elite, and man, that combo was just solid out there. And it's not the usual place that you would, take a rod reel combo like that, but I wanted to see what we could put it through. It did great.
Yeah.
Man, it was good.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yep.
Alrighty.
So that's going to wrap it up for this week.
Thank you all.
Yep, and you will find a link over to the Hooked on Saltwater YouTube channel, so if you want to get on over there and check it out as well. We're going to be posting the videos over here on Headwaters for a while, and then we'll eventually transition to all over at Hooked on Saltwater, but definitely get over and check those out.
And if for those, if you're planning your vacation, next couple of weeks, the kids are out of school.
Come see us.
Up north, so at the end of the month, the kids will be out for vacation. Hey, go ahead and book these guys. There's still some phenomenal fishing in this lake. If you want to catch that bass of a lifetime,
they haven't even stopped. I mean, the big boys haven't even stopped yet. I mean, we're still catching fish 7-8 pounds.
Book your trip early.
Absolutely. Lock them in. Both of them.
We can do a double boat trip if you have a big family. You need,
especially if you're making vacations for November, December of this year coming. You need to start trying to bid some. Because we're going to be booked up.
Yeah, Jerry and I can do if you have a big family. If you have like 6 people in your family, it's too many for Jerry's boat, too many for my boat. We'll do a 2-boat trip, and everybody goes. We can fish in the same areas. Or we can have a little family competition.
Yeah, we can do that too.
Yeah, one group against the other.
Absolutely.
If you're looking for a kayak trip, call yours truly. As a matter of fact, I am now based out of the Davis House Inn, so most of my trips are down right here. But I do travel up and down the river here and launch from a convenient site that's close to you.
If you want to shoot tilapia, hit us up on that too.
Boom!
Yeah, fun. We get out the bows and go get them.
There's a lot of them out there.
There's a lot of them.
A lot of fun. Big.
We're cooking. We're cooking up something for nice tilapia.
Yeah, we got
a little something going on. More about that in a week or two.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. That's it.
So long, everybody.
See you next week.
God bless.